Hi there, it's me, Camila Rose, and welcome back to another video. We are here today for our winter solstice videos for 2025. And we're going to start off with the sign of Aries. So hi Aries, welcome to your winter solstice video. Go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe so that you can watch all of the videos related to what's going to go on for you in 2026. I have a lot of fun things coming up on the channel, including astrology, tarot, and other inner work. So I'll see y'all there. Go ahead and remember, comment below. What are you looking forward to in the next season? Are you starting your winter arc? Are you focusing on resting? Are you going to have a lot of fun and spend time with friends and families? Just let me know what your plans are. Let's go ahead and take a look at what your general energy for winter solstice is going to be. And then we'll take a little look at what each month is going to bring with a little clarity. So let's get your general card. What's winter solstice looking like for Aries? All right, your topic. Oh, I'm going to pull it down so you can see it really nicely. Is the Lovers. You're going to be making some big choices, Aries. You're going to have some big options, big choices coming up for you. Let's talk about the Lovers card. The Lovers card is ruled by Geminis, sometimes associated with Venus. And with the Lovers card, we have an angel in this version who is standing in between two individuals. We have a man and we have a woman. They're standing in front of the woman's in front of the tree that has the snake going up with the fruits, and the man is in front of the tree with the flames on it. There is a mountain in the background. There are some clouds underneath the angel. There is a sun in the background. So this is all about harnessing our higher consciousness and our ego in order to bring thought into reality. And those thoughts are framing the choices that we're making. So are we going to follow this path of intuition and of passion? Are we going to try to follow our instincts? Which path are we taking? What choices are we making as we head forward? So that's your winter solstice vibe. What's coming up in January? Oh, January, we have an Ace of Cups in reverse. So in January, you may be feeling a little worn down. You might be feeling like you're not getting enough emotional support. You may be feeling like you need a little bit more when it comes to kind of what your vibe is for what you need. Your clarifier is there's a new beginning because you're feeling so worn out and so I hate to say deprived. You're feeling like it's time for you to start something new, to head in a new direction. There's a rebirth that's happening. And then we also have a Knight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands is all about fast action, quick messages related to our creativity, to our instincts, to our passions and our projects. So in reverse, it's saying that there's a lot of slow movement happening in January for you. So it just might take a little time to get things up and going. We then have the Hierophant. So there is a lot of tradition. You may be stepping into a more traditional role. You may be recognizing that you're going to have to be the ruler, the person who is making your own decisions, kind of your own hierarchy or your own guidance system. You may be stepping into a space where people are deciding or coming to you for advice, looking to you for guidance. And so you might be just, again, taking a more traditional role or route towards things. Let's see what's happening in February. Oh, we get a 7. And I think I'm just going to pull 2 cards for all of these. We get a 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords says, lying, cheating, stealing card, being clever about how we approach our issues, really stepping into accepting who we are and what we are about. You get the Star card. There's a wish that is coming true. Part of this is probably going to be predicated on you really accepting your role. There is an idea of who you were, and that got you burnt out and sad, and it saw your manifestations moving really slowly and a lot of just not getting what you want. So you had to shift your role in relation to yourself and to others in this Hierophant energy. And now as you are able to kind of embrace and maybe suss out where people are not being totally upfront and honest with you, where you are not being totally upfront and honest with yourself, it brings you to this space of change into where your wishes might have an opportunity to actually come true now. You get the Star card, which is all about make a wish upon a star, hopes, dreams, and wishes. We have 8 stars up here, which is all that lovely Venus energy. It's also this energy of manifestation. We get these 2 cups that are pouring water into separate areas, one into the pool of consciousness, one onto the land. And so this is this way of kind of like dividing up your energy to say, okay, what do I need to do to fulfill myself internally and externally? What is the balance that's necessary here? What other clarity do we get for February? And the moon card, there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done. There's a lot of places where you may have been telling yourself certain stories, certain dialogues, very narratives about who you were, who you needed to be in order to get what you wanted, to experience the healing and abundance that you wanted. And you're realizing that that wasn't true. And it's pulling you into this space to say, if I want my wishes to come true, I have to go within and do the inner work. I have to allow myself to see the truth of what's happening behind the curtain of my consciousness. So February might be a month of clarity and of maybe getting a little quiet, being a little still. In March, we'll be heading towards your season in March, Aries, as we head towards the spring equinox. And we're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles with a clarifier of the Ace of Wands. Yes. Okay. So here's the energy that we needed, the little rebirth, the little adjustment, all the letting go and shifting of things that needs to happen in order for you to finally really start feeling that forward momentum. A Knight of Pentacles, methodical, practical, logical, still a little slow, but very well thought out. An energy that this is the reliable person that you're looking for, whether this is internally yourself being this reliable person, or whether this is someone coming in and you figuring out that like, hey, this is a really good bet. This might be someone who might sometimes feel a little boring. You might be feeling a little bit boring about how you're approaching things and not really leaning into that usual fire energy that you would prefer, which is very fast, very quick and to the point, that Knight of Wands. This is saying, no, I need to take my time. I need to make sense of things. And that precision really allows you to get that fire back up and going. You really feel that release of energy that you've been waiting for. And it brings you more balance. A 6 of Pentacles. It brings you more balance in your relationships, in your time, in your energy, in your profession. It brings you more balance when it comes to what is going on as far as give and take. You no longer feel like you're giving more than what you're receiving, or that you're asking for things that you will not be able to get. You're entering into an understanding, a logical understanding, a practical understanding of the power dynamics that exist within your profession and within your health. You know that you have to be able to get on your own side, on your own team when it comes to your health. And in order to balance that out, there are some things that you're going to have to do a little bit more give and take with, a little bit more mindfulness with, and to get that energy back up and going, that excitement, that arousal. It's going to take planning, it's going to take precision, and it's going to take time. So the choices that you're needing to make here are really going to be around, are you going to be willing to be patient, to be honest, to do the deep inner work, and then to plant the seed so that you can actually see the fruition that you're looking for? What's our outcome for Aries for winter solstice and for the winter season? A 2 of Cups. Partnership. There is a creative partnership. There is an emotional partnership. There's something that's going to come through here where you're going to really be able to share and come together and exchange this energy. And it's interesting because you had that Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in reverse at the very beginning, that kind of started you off on this path. And from there, like maybe a little disappointment when it comes to the areas of some of the things you thought were really going to pan out in a very specific fashion. But you get this 2 of Cups, which is saying that there's a healing, there's an emotional healing from the disappointment that happened here that started you on this path towards this new beginning. And now you get to see that be healed, be corrected. There is Death card in reverse. There's a stagnation though that's happening, a little bit of a refusal to change that's going on here, or maybe a realization that you don't need that to happen so much. Maybe you don't need to throw everything away and start over from scratch. Maybe this disappointment, this pouring out of the cup that led to this new beginning was exactly what you needed in order to make this change happen. And now you don't need to really like let go of everything in the way that you thought you did. Maybe there's a renewal or a rebirth that's coming along. And it's a very empowering moment for you. You're recognizing that you had work power, influence, and control over the situation than you initially thought. And that it really was just predicated, it was reliant upon you making the choice to no longer stay in a situation and to allow yourself to be taken advantage of because you were unable to find that peace within internally to move slow, to be honest, to be fully upfront about what it is that you wanted and that you desired, especially if that is maybe you're looking for something that's a little bit more traditional in nature than what you generally seem to be interested in. All right, so this winter solstice for you is going to be something that's going to open up a lot of doors if you're willing to take the time and do the work and to plant the seeds and let other people come in and offer you support. Let's pull a Yule Oracle from the Seasons of the Witch. We got two. We got family. Thy love is present in the presence of three, a comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. And we got the storm, as within, so without. There are storms that coming, a change without doubt. So this seems to be very supportive of the cards that we pulled, which are that, you know, connection is something that will be upholding you and something that maybe you're realizing you're wanting a family that looks a certain way, or that there is a desire for that emotional connection and that planting the seeds in order to build your legacy that's going to show up with support from your family or some changes that need to happen within your family. And the storm card, as within and so without, there are storms that coming, a change without doubt. There is a change coming, and there are choices that you're going to have to make. There are endings that will happen and a rebirth that will come from that. And it's going to be dependent upon you really leaning into that truth. All right, so Aries, that's your winter solstice reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found out some good information. Leave a comment down below and let me know what card stood out to you the most. What are you looking for the most? And if you're looking for a personal reading, you can go ahead and book that online at www.theblissinstitute.org. I will see y'all later. Your 2026 overview year ahead will be coming up in the next 2 weeks. So mark your calendars, keep a watch on this channel, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.